As India bravely battles a furious second coronavirus wave, it is facing another challenge in the form of mucormycosis. Often referred to as black fungus infection. Though it is not caused by the novel coronavirus per se, the infection is increasingly occurring amongst those who have recovered or in the process of recovering from the COVID-19 disease. Many state governments have declared black fungus infection as a notified disease under the Epidemic Diseases Act 1897. To stop mucormycosis, we need to control COVID infections because black fungus occurs as a secondary infection in COVID-19 patients. The strategy to contain the spread of coronavirus by the Government of India is both holistic and targeted. It is also a dynamic process which includes change of direction and interventions at short notice. Case in point was the oxygen shortage due to the rapid increase of COVID cases, a challenge which we as a country were able to overcome in less than 4 weeks by increasing medical grade oxygen. In this episode of Science for a Self-Reliant India, we take an in-depth look at the black fungus infection, its underlying causes and line of treatment. To ensure that we as a country are better equipped to monitor the spread of COVID-19 virus and thereby take prompt action, we show you some of the self-diagnostic coronavirus kits which have been developed indigenously and approved by the Drugs Controller General of India. We see how the Government of India is working to enhance Covaxin to record levels within the next few days by transfer technology agreements with Bharat Biotech to public sector undertakings. And importantly, in this episode, we bring you a step-by-step guide on how to register yourself and others on the CoWIN app for COVID-19 vaccination, as it is imperative for each one of us to get vaccinated. The binding glue of all these initiatives of the government and the private sector to defeat COVID-19 is science and technology, the bedrock of an Atmanirbhar Bharat. So let's begin. Mucormycosis, commonly known as black fungus infection, is caused by a group of molds or fungi known as mucormycetes. They are found in the soil, plants, decaying organic matter, water, air, damp places, and also in humans and animals. They play a very important role in our ecosystem along with bacteria by degrading organic matter into simpler forms for the consumption of plants. Some common examples of fungi include household yeast, rusts, mildew, molds, and mushrooms. There are millions of fungi species and some of them are pathogenic to humans. Fungi can be simple single-celled or very complex multicellular organisms. Fungi live everywhere. These microscopic organisms don't cause any problem unless they penetrate your skin through a cut or a lesion. Since fungi thrive in warm, moist environments, fungal skin infections can often develop in sweaty or damp areas that don't get much airflow. Some examples include the feet, groin, and folds of skin. Some common examples of fungal diseases include ringworm, athlete's foot, and jock itch. Certain types of fungi also cause some serious infections in the human body. One such infection is black fungus.
There are various which you don't notice. If you see ringworm, for example, you see or athlete foot, you see the ring-like structure in the fingers and in the toe region also. And other problems associated with the lesions appear on the skin, which is caused by the fungi. And they are like coliform like structures on different parts of the body, like on neck, on head. Discoloring of the nail, there is a very common infection. And the eye is the main problem basically, which is caused by many times Fusarium species. Fusarium is present in the plant material, and when you go out in the field or you come in contact with the plant material or decays of the plant material which are decaying in nature, this comes into your eyes and that causes the redness or the blur in the vision, and many times you have to take off the eye.
Enters the cranial cavity by breaching the skull base. It blocks major arteries and venous lakes, resulting in major life-threatening brain strokes and bleeding.
The infection which are caused in the COVID patient is because of the Aspergillus niger. There are almost 40 species which causes infection in human beings. When you inhale the Aspergillus conidiospores, they basically block your lung. So when they block the lung, it is very hard to breathe and you get the asthma attack. Another fungus which causes this sort of infection is Rhizopus, which is a common bread mold. And if you eat them, so they really cause problem. And Fusarium also causes eye infections, which is found commonly in the soil or in plant material or at dark and damp places. And there will be a fever, cough problem, chest pain, nasal discharge with the blood, tinged blood, basically with blood fractions, and double vision. These are the common features which is caused by the Aspergillus or Rhizopus.
Mucormycosis can occur anytime after COVID-19 infection, either during the hospital stay or several days to a couple of weeks after discharge. The medical treatment given during COVID-19, including the prescription of steroids, which is a life-saving treatment for severe and critically ill COVID-19 patients, reduces immunity and is said to increase the blood sugar levels in both diabetics and non-diabetic COVID-19 patients. This drop in immunity and increased blood sugar levels thus leads to mucormycosis infection in COVID-recovered patients. Black fungus is not contagious like coronavirus. It is a rare occurrence. But recently, India has seen a rise in these infections. There is no need to fear this disease, but everyone has to be on alert against the first symptoms that show. The fungus attacks those having weak immunity. Patients suffering from this fungal infection typically have symptoms of stuffy and bleeding nose, swelling and pain in the eye. There could also be black patches of skin around the nose and others. Preventive steps should be taken during hospitalization and when the patient is discharged. Maintenance of good hygiene and cleanliness in and around the hospital is a must. Oral hygiene should be maintained by regular usage of mouthwash. Steroid prescriptions by doctors should be limited to a minimum. Unnecessary use of broad-spectrum antibiotics and antifungals should be avoided as much as possible. Once discharged from the hospital, the patient should stay indoors as much as possible. Regularly exercise and keep the blood glucose level in check. Home and surroundings must be kept clean and dust-free. Avoid activities that involve close contact to soil or dust. Maintain proper body and oral hygiene. While going out, wear a N95 respirator or a good face mask.
Basically, hygiene is the most important thing. What we are doing basically, when you enter in the your home or your house or your even office, you have to really clean your hand. It can kill almost 99.9%. And you wash your vegetables, and do not use any surf or any sort of detergents to wash it, but you wash it and keep it at least for 24 hours, and then next day you can use. And whenever you enter in the home, wash your clothes. Basically take them off and wash them properly, and then you wear a new set of clothes. So the hygiene is the most important thing which you can take care of this disease.
Antifungal drug amphotericin B is used to treat mucormycosis. The central government is working with pharmaceutical companies to rapidly ramp up its production in India. A major step has been to give emergency licenses to 5 companies to produce liposomal amphotericin B injections, which are used to treat black fungus. In the interim, to meet the growing demand of this important drug, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has also directed Indian missions abroad to source this drug and to ship it to India immediately. Self-diagnostic tests are playing an indispensable role in detecting coronavirus infections. These tests help to trace the affected so their isolation and medication can start and thereby reduce the spread of coronavirus. The ramp-up of professional diagnostic facilities that conduct RT-PCR and other tests are an intrinsic part of fighting this disease. But there is also an urgent requirement of making available testing kits which are fast, efficient, less costly and self-diagnostic in use. Towards this end, new diagnostic tools and tests are being designed indigenously, which are simpler, handy and patient-friendly. Regulatory agencies, after following due procedures and testing protocols, have approved a number of indigenous testing kits. The aim is to scale up their production through multiple companies so that every person in India has the capacity to test themselves within the safety of their homes. The push to develop test kits domestically is also part of a national effort to shake off a heavy dependence on imports of medical devices, including COVID test kits. Let's look at some of these COVID testing kits which are being made available domestically. The Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi, was one of the first to develop a testing kit called Coroshore, which was announced by the Minister of Education Ramesh Pokhriyal in September 2020. Costing 399 rupees, the kit is currently being manufactured by Delhi-based New Tech Medical Devices. But other companies have also received a license from IIT Delhi to manufacture the testing kit. The Coroshore kit is based on the RT-PCR testing method. RT-PCR, or reverse transcriptase polymerase chain reaction, is based on the principle of genetic testing, where polymerase chain reaction, or PCR, and widely used molecular biology technique to amplify and detect DNA and RNA sequences in cells. Compared to traditional methods like DNA cloning and amplification, which require many days for results, PCR and RT-PCR results are available within a few hours. CoviSelf is the first indigenously built self-use rapid antigen testing kit approved by ICMR. It has been developed and commercialized by Pune-based MyLab Discovery Solutions. Significantly, MyLab Solutions is the first lab of the country which developed India's first indigenous RT-PCR test kits for the novel coronavirus last year. With the CoviSelf kit, those who have symptoms can test themselves in the comfort and safety of their homes, and thus the need to wait for testing lab reports will end. CoviSelf gives results within 20 minutes of the test. The test kit costs Rs 250, but like others, this home test kit by the rapid antigen test is advised only in symptomatic individuals. Welfare for sale and distribution. At the core of the Government of India's comprehensive strategy to contain and manage this pandemic is vaccination, along with test, track, treat and COVID-appropriate behavior. So far, more than 22 crore Indians have been administered COVID vaccine doses, and the numbers are increasing each day. But the recent target set by the Government of India is the vaccination of 108 crore people by the end of December 2021, which translates into 216 crore doses of vaccine. The success of this large national vaccination drive is directly based on the rapid and comprehensive expansion and scaling up of vaccine production and procurement. The Government of India is supporting financially and infrastructurally both the Serum Institute of India, which produces Covishield, as well as Bharat Biotech's Covaxin. The Serum Institute has in fact announced that its production will reach 10 crores in June and will continue to be scaled up in the next few months. Under Atmanirbhar Bharat 3 mission, COVID Suraksha was announced by the Government of India to accelerate the development and production of indigenous COVID vaccines. This is being implemented by the Department of Biotechnology, Government of India at Biotechnology Industry Research Assistance Council, New Delhi. To augment the capacity of indigenous production of Covaxin under the mission, the Department of Biotechnology has provided financial support as grant to vaccine manufacturing facilities for enhanced production capacities, which is expected to reach more than 10 crore doses per month by September 2021. As a part of this augmentation plan, capacities of Bharat Biotech Limited, Hyderabad and other public sector manufacturers are being upgraded with required infrastructure and technology. 3 other public sector companies are also being supported to increase the capacity of vaccine production. Halfkind Biopharmaceuticals Corporation Limited, Mumbai, a state PSC under the state government of Maharashtra, has been given a grant of Rs 65 crores to invest in manufacturing facilities to produce 2 crore doses per month once functional. Indian Immunologicals Limited, Hyderabad, a facility under National Dairy Development Board, is being provided a grant of Rs 60 crores. And Bharat Immunologicals and Biologicals Limited, Bulandshahr, under Department of Biotechnology, Government of India, is being supported with a grant of Rs 30 crores to provide 1 to 1.5 crore vaccines per month. Technology transfer agreements have been finalized with all manufacturers. All these steps are part of a well-formulated plan to vaccinate India by December 2021. The other important component for achieving this target is the process of registering for the vaccine. To make the vaccination registration process seamless and to ensure that nobody suffers long waiting queues, the Government of India has created a cloud-based digital platform and an app called CoWin. This digital platform and application lets people register themselves and book their slots for receiving vaccine jabs. CoWIN or COVID Intelligence Network is a comprehensive solution for planning, implementation, monitoring and evaluation of COVID-19 vaccination in India. It also gives real-time information about the vaccination centers operating in a particular area, availability of vaccine jabs, as well as available slots in a particular center. The vaccination center or slot availability can be searched in 3 different ways on the CoWIN app or website: by typing in the PIN code of the area through Google Map and by typing in the state and the district. One needs to register on this platform for a vaccine jab. The registration process is simple. One can either download the app or visit the website cowin.gov.in. For registration, users have to enter their 10-digit mobile number or their Aadhaar card number. Once this is filled, an OTP will be sent to the number which has been typed in the portal for completing the registration process. This is expected to serve as a proof for eligibility and age of applicants. The remaining data is pulled in the back end with the help of the identification number. Once the registration and signing in is completed, the user is given an option to choose a vaccination site as well as date and time for vaccination. The choice will be given depending on the availability of slots. Apart from this, beneficiaries also have the choice to get vaccinated in any state of the country. Once the appointment is done, the user needs to reach the vaccination center on the given date and time. Here the officials check the appointment slip and identity card, and after that the person is sent to the vaccination room. Once the vaccination is completed, a certificate is given to the person with the date of the next dose, vaccinator's name and the name of the vaccine. Only after an observation period of 30 minutes of the vaccination can the person leave the center. With a single mobile number, one can register up to 4 people. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and register and also help those who may not be as net savvy as you. From the month of June 2021, India's national COVID vaccination program will gather significant pace as the manufacturing capacities for vaccinations will continue to increase manyfold. With the target of vaccinating 108 crore people using some 216 crore vaccination doses is a challenging and difficult task for the central and state governments. Adding to this mission is the responsibility of the entire nation to ensure that COVID cases do not spiral up again. The government's strategy of containing and managing the pandemic using test, track, treat and COVID-appropriate behavior will need to be further strengthened. The pandemic has reinforced the need to strengthen the ecosystem of our scientific research, technological innovations, as well as our manufacturing capabilities. Only then can we as a nation achieve the mission of an Atmanirbhar Bharat.